where you're at. What inspired you to just want to inspire other people with your music? Because that's what you do, hands down.
Thanks. I guess I always wanted to do music from the time I was a little kid. And once I got to be maybe a teenager, I started listening to like music that had more of a conscious kind of bent to it, like Bob Marley and that kind of stuff. And you can always say the name Bob Marley and get a cheer. Bob Marley. Especially in college. You can't go into an old age home and say Bob Marley and get a cheer. We haven't played any old age homes yet, thank God. That could be right around the corner. Anyway, so yeah, I got into music. I got into listening to conscious music. I always had a certain tendency to wanna like get into things that have meaning, things that are meaningful. So naturally, being that I was into music, I started to write lyrics and write songs that felt meaningful to me, that were about my experience or my life or my tribulations and struggles and all that. So basically, that's just, I started writing songs not really thinking about other people, but more just about my own self-expression. Yeah.
I got a serious question.
All right.
About the song that you were talking about. It was like probably the second song that you sung.
You guys know him?
No, my name is Raphael. I don't go to this college.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket off of Ticketmaster for $40-something. Y'all paid what, $7? $7? I wanted to come see you. I'm coming from Lakeland over here. Anyway, that's aside for Lakeland. Honestly, no. A serious question is.
Wait, what about the animal?
No. This is a serious question.
I know, I'm serious too. What animal would you be like if you were going to be in it? Come on, share with us. Open your heart.
Lion, like the lion of the tribe of Judah.
Nice. I like that.
My question is, how do you feel about the advancement of the Temple Institute up in Jerusalem and how they're trying to move on with the third temple? I mean, there's movements on. How do you feel about that?
I don't know that much about it, really, to be honest. I mean, there's an idea that in the future there'll be a third temple. There was a first temple that was destroyed. That was destroyed by the Babylonians. Second temple was destroyed by the Romans, and that's when the Jews were tossed out of Jerusalem and wandered to like places like Poland and Russia, Eastern Europe, Germany, Spain, North Africa. That's called the diaspora, and there's an idea like it goes in line with that whole concept of Mashiach, of oneness and of the one day, that at some point there will be a third temple built, and just pray. We pray for that, every day, 3 times a day. So that's as much as I really know about it. I don't know about the movement of actualizing it beyond doing good deeds and prayer and stuff like that. You want to tell me a little bit about it?
Well, I mean, I haven't done much research on it, but
right.
Unfortunately, I say in Lakeland, there's not a large population of practicing Jews there, so
right.
I don't get the opportunity to ask
someone
who's practicing that much. So it's an honor to be able to answer that. But
thanks.
Yeah, man. I mean, they talk about right now the Temple Mount is they can't build over there right now. So
right.
Is there a possibility of it being built apart from that?
Well, it's going to be like a miraculous thing. We're going to move on to the next question, though. All right. Thanks, brother. Yep. That's the way it's going to happen. Go for it.
All right. My name is.
Oh, wait. We're going to move over here, and then we're coming back. Coming back to you. Yes.
Hi, my name is Vidit.
Your name is what?
Vidit.
Nice.
Like Judith.
Oh, wow.
In my language.
That's so crazy. He just said Lion of Judah. And his name wasn't Judah. And you have the female version of that name?
Yeah.
Judith.
No, I said like Judith.
Oh, like Judith.
But it's Vidit. And
with a V?
Yeah, with a V.
Cool.
But
I haven't heard that name.
in my language, it's Vidit.
Vidit, what language is that?
Creole.
Cool. Is that Haiti?
Yes. I'm a junior, and my major is finance and accounting.
Cool.
And I would be a tiger,
Yes.
just because that's my mascot from high school.
Oh, me too. White
Cool.
Plains High School. Tigers.
And I have
Is that a coincidence or what?
I think it's a big coincidence.
Crazy. Where'd you go to high school?
Blanchardly High School.
All right. Is that
Hey.
Florida?
Yeah, Pompano Beach.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
It started off as a shack.
Pompano Beach Amphitheater.
I'm sorry?
You know Pompano Beach Amphitheater?
Yes, sir.
Played there. Okay.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
My first question is, what motivates you and what do you feel is your purpose in life? And then the second one is, if you could speak to anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay, I'll answer the second part first. If I could speak to anyone dead, it would be my grandmother. I miss her. Yeah. And what was the first question again?
What motivates you and what do you feel is your purpose in life?
I think my purpose in life is to be a good dad, a good husband, and write good music, stay out of trouble, and try to make good songs. And that's pretty much be a good person. Simplicity. I try to keep things simple. That's like the main thing for me. Is like sometimes you get ahead of yourself, and you just gotta remember simplicity, just the basics, And what was the second part of the question? That was it, right?
No, you answered
yeah, that was
both of
it.
it.
Yeah, that was both.
But can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Why don't you shave?
Well,
And how old are you?
I'm 31.
You look younger,
Yeah, but
despite the hair.
Thanks. Thank you. You had to bring up the hair.
At least you look good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm 31. Yes, I'm going gray early, and my beard. I basically decided, like when I was in college, to start becoming religious. I went to school at a place called the New School in New York, and you know it? New York or the New School? And around like my sophomore, junior year, I started to really get interested in I wanted to know more about where I come from and my history. And so I started and I had a spiritual kind of tendency already. So I decided I'm gonna start to investigate more Judaism and what it means. I started going around and taking different classes, meeting different rabbis, going to different neighborhoods. And then I just decided one day I decided to put on the yarmulke. It was actually right after 9/11. And a rabbi gave me, you know what happened? I was into music, right? And I was in college. I played in a band before I went to college. I lived in Oregon, and I played in coffee shops and little bars and stuff. And then I came to New York, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I put up flyers, thank you, everywhere around New York City. Rapper looking for a band, and no one answered. Dave, where the hell were you then? No one answered me. So I just went to open mics and stuff like that, and I would sign my name on a list and wait all night for every other rapper to rap, and then I'd get my 16 bars or whatever to rap, and then I'd go home. And wait, what was I talking about? So then basically, what happened? How do I get to a beard from that? How did I get to that?
Stop shaving.
So I started to get into trying to figure out my history, where I come from, what it's all about. And I was in one day. I went to my parents' house where my parents lived. I went into this synagogue. I met these Jewish guys in there, and they're like, "We got a band, and we need a rapper." And I'm like, "I'm the guy. I'm him." So the first gig was at this Jewish event, like a Sabbath weekend. I had never been to anything like this before, and I had to wear a yarmulke. So they gave me a yarmulke, and then I went in the bathroom, and I was looking in the mirror. I'm like, "It's that bad, really? It doesn't look that bad." So I took the yarmulke with me. Anyway, 3 months later, I woke up one morning, and I just found the yarmulke was sitting there, and I put it on again. And I went down to have breakfast at my parents' table, and they were just like, "What's with the yarmulke? Why do you wear the yarmulke?" I'm like, "I like it. I'm gonna wear it today." And we were that day driving to Florida, because my grandmother was sick and we were going to visit her. It was right after 9/11. So I left the yarmulke on and I got in the car and we drove. And I forgot I had the yarmulke on. And somewhere in like South Carolina or something, we got out at a gas station. I went to the gas station and then I realized like everyone in the gas station, I was getting like a different vibe than I was used to, you know? Like people, all of a sudden I realized I had the yarmulke on and, you know, it was like, it felt like I kind of like came home to myself, you know? Like my Judaism was no longer something that was so far in the way back. Like it was really a part of me and it was really a part of my identity. And being that my nature is sort of like, you know, I kind of overdo things. Like, you know, the next day I stopped shaving or something. You know, I was just like, I want to look like that guy, you know. So, anyway, that summer I met Fat Joe. Yeah, you know Fat Joe? I met Fat Joe that summer, and I told him like, one day I'm gonna be famous. You gotta listen to my record. And I played him my record, and he was like, I like the beats. And I was like, all right. I don't know why I told you that story. Because that was really when I started growing the beard. And then I came back from that summer and I had a beard and a yarmulke and all that. But for me it's important because to me history is important and it's important to know where you come from. And for me my identity and my heritage is something that is important because it makes who you are. You know, we all feel that we live in this kind of like vacuum that of 20 years or 30 years or whatever it is, but we have a whole history and that is shaped like who we are, and to hold on to that and to be proud of that is something I was kind of always looking for in my life, and that's kind of for me what the beard is about, you know, and the whole look, you know.